ChatGPT and generative AI has caused quite a stir in higher education and academia. Having followed the debate quite carefully, one can easily get the impression it's all doom and gloom. True enough, the technologies do pose deep challenges to higher education. ChatGPT will happily write you a good essay in a matter of seconds on any topic from nanotechnology through to medical ethics. There are many highly critical voices out there. For example, Harvard professor Shoshana Zuboff, who is overwhelmingly skeptical of generative AI and ChatGPT because, as she argues, this technology becomes a primary engine for surveillance capitalism. Generative AI and chatbots such as ChatGPT, they are indeed a threat to higher education, but are they also an opportunity? To me, the question is not really whether you are for or against these new technologies. They're here to stay. So the real question is, how do we create a meaningful relationship to these new technologies? I asked a group of MBA students in a class on consumer behavior to take ChatGPT to the test. Their task was to use ChatGPT to develop a marketing strategy for football boots specifically targeted at women and girls. They had to estimate market size, identify psychographic variables, and also develop a point of differentiation that can be used in branding. Let's hear how it all went.
It was really interesting. I liked it a lot and also got scared by it. You really needed to, from the get-go, hone your answers, really fine-tune them to make sure that you got the information you needed. What was also interesting was doing some testing and asking the same question multiple times. You would at times get different answers from ChatGPT.
And it will provide you a better primary search within a very short span of time, which can then be used for going into detailed analysis.
So from a market research perspective, while it was very useful because the data was like right at your fingertips if you asked the right questions, you also weren't able to necessarily check the data.
And then it is up to you. So then it takes your mental faculties to figure out what is correct and what should be used, and to then verify the veracity or the authenticity of it. It's like any other tool. You practice and you learn. We can still be in control of it, and it should be deployed and used as a tool.
I think this is the next shift that is happening. We should be much more receptive to it. I think even academia needs to understand that it's about the quality of the content that is delivered rather than where you're getting it from.
And that you need to prepare not only yourself, but your students for it, both in the job market, but also in education. How can you use ChatGPT?
I think that universities often fall behind when there's a major change happening. I think there's some sort of resistance always, which I understand at one level. But I think the academic needs to sort of find its way to transition from being purely academic to understanding how fast things are changing.
Embrace it. It's here to stay.
Adapt, baby.
In a recent blog post for the Chartered Associations of Business Schools, Dr. Chana Gonsalves is right on the money. She writes, business schools could use ChatGPT as a tool to enhance pedagogy and transform the learning experience. Embracing AI can help bridge the gap between academia and industry and ensure that graduates are equipped with the skills and knowledge needed to succeed in the workplace. If I were to issue one call to action to higher education, it would be embrace change.